We're back. Right. Where are we at? Right here. Yeah, the whole stream is good. What the heck? Alright, let's go. Let's deep dive into this. Because yesterday, somebody in the chat was telling me about Big Meech. And like all of his stuff. So let's go. Coffee. I give myself my own like. I ain't gonna hold you. Right, let's go. Let's deep dive into this. Because yesterday, let's go. Because it's gonna be definitely a good stream. So let's go over here. Make sure we got everything settled. Okay, we gotta deep dive into Cuffy. Because we're trying to find out the whole history here. Cuffy. No, those guys will copyright me. Cuffy Gatling. Let's go.
Call is from This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future calls, press 7. You may begin speaking now.
Okay. Well, what I would do is I try to educate your audience and others on how the system works in third-party cooperation. Third-party cooperation is an ugly secret that the DEA and that the federal government don't really want out in the ciphers or the media because it's underhanded, it's nasty, and it only affects black and brown communities. Third-party cooperation is where myself, I can call and have
We're trying to find out. In yesterday's stream, somebody came up with the name Cuffy, and we're trying to deep dive into what the Meech do to Cuffy. Because I think he's the one. Tammy was third party snitching through Big Meech.
In the event, I will receive a time cut. It's called third-party cooperation.
I get lots of questions about Rule 35 on a third-party basis. What is third-party cooperation or proxy cooperation? Third-party cooperation is when instead of the defendant in the federal case cooperating on his own behalf, the government would agree to allow some third party, usually somebody that the defendant knows or has some form of dealing with.
And that's the thing where supposedly Big Meech gave his life rights away to Tammy in payment for her to get him a deal. But she messed up the deal because she slept with the Fed. So the whole deal was thrown out.
To cooperate.
And he was supposed to get out on 2017. He was supposed to get released 2017. So we're trying to see what happened.
On his or her behalf. What happens here is that the third party who would be the cooperator is working usually with the Drug Enforcement Administration to set up a controlled buy or do a reverse sting or something like that that would benefit the government. In exchange for that, the defendant on whose behalf.
Oh, hey, Osvaldo. Thanks for looking at the live. Appreciate it.
The cooperator is doing the work would get a sentence reduction.
This is what Meech, Big Meech, the Meech's Flannery, known as Big Meech, and Tammy Cowins, known in the paperwork as CS1. CS1 stands for confidential source number 1. Whenever there's a CS, that's the person who's on the case.
What does it say? The facts of the form, the basis of which wiretap authorized were set up out by affidavit can roughly group into 5 categories. First, affidavit August 5th, 2012, which triggered an investigation, namely, the affidavit asserted that August 5th, 2012, a confidential source being utilized by the DEA, Atlanta, suspected doing drug transaction occurring to St. Louis, Effective source of supply: Fidel Suarez and defendant Dion Galen. Oh, that's Cuffy. Okay, I see. Government specific CSI advised the DA Atlanta agents that she was contacted by Suarez, who said, so it's kind of blurry, who said he had a truck in St. Louis for suspected narcotics transactions with Galen. Suarez was having trouble reaching Galen and asked CSI for help. In attempting to help Suarez get in contact with Galen, CSI 1, so that's Tammy, right, had a flurry of calls with Galen and Suarez. CSI was ultimately successful in connecting Suarez with Galen, who was using the telephone that became. Ooh.
Okay. So
Now, when you see CS1, that's what it stands for. Confidential source number one.
So another thing, let's clarify for these people that you're not a Johnny come lately as far as your relationship with Big Meech.
No. Listen, man, we go back to we were really damn, we were children for real. We were young men. We were 22, 23 years of age. I'm 56 years old right now, and so is Big Meech. Meech is Flannery. So our relationship goes back over 30 years. You feel me? So I know we got a lot of niggas that's now jumping on their bandwagon and doing what they do. I'm a day one nigga. And I want to clear something. A question you posed me last time was that people don't.
So, question: now that we know that Big Meech was third party snitching on Cuffy, does that take his legend status away? You know, because he did move a lot of weight, but at the end everybody's saying he was keeping it real and stuff, but he threw him out on the bus.
Believe that I made Big Meech. I've never said I've made Big Meech. Let's make it clear. What I'm saying is that Big Meech has always been a money-getting nigga. But there's levels to this.
This call is from a federal prison.
The nigga never seen $1 million until he met me. He never seen $1 million until he met me. So no, I did not make him. And furthermore, I went off from prison. You know what I mean? This is my second go around dealing with these devils.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So this nigga had a long run without me, so no one make no one. And I want to also make something else clear, that I'm not trying to convince no one to believe me. I have a duty and a code that I live by, that I'll die by. I don't break the code, nigga. You feel me?
Yeah, and they vouching for you. Like, they vouching for you in the B, A, definitely talk to you in the loop, they vouching for you.
Listen, Slim, niggas fuck with me, man, because I don't break the code, man. You know what I mean? I ain't got no fight, I ain't got no monetary gain with what I'm doing. It's my duty as a real nigga to set a fuck nigga out for some foul shit. You feel me?
It's the code. It's the code.
It's the code, my nigga, and I live by that, man. I don't violate the code, man. What the nigga did is foul. You feel me?
Now, another thing.
Was that worth it though? Because supposedly Big Meech was supposed to get out for 2017. Now he got off this year or early this year? 2025. So that was eight years more? He still had to wait. So was that even worth it? To dry snitch, it was not a third party snitch. He could have come out and just done the 8 more years and come out and this wouldn't be a problem. But now that 50 Cent, put him out there, now is Ross not gonna fuck with him? Because now Little Mitch is in a bad situation too, because he lost his contract with BMF, the show. Even 50 Cent was like wow this season. So was that like 30 bands or 40 bands Ross gave Big Meech worth losing, his relationship with 50 Cent?
I guess I want to touch on
Because 50 Cent then burned him. Like I don't even know nothing about this, right? And I'm finding out through 50 and deep diving into this, and it's crazy.
Explain to these people how Tammy Cowins came into play.
Tammy Cowins was originally a old girl, a girlfriend, somebody that Blue bitch he was smashing. So Blue had threw her to Meech to handle his little fan mail and just handle his little runaround. She eventually came to have Demetrius Flannery's life rights. And so that's how she became CEO of BMF Entertainment. So like I want you.
Called Meech's best friend, CEO BMF Entertainment, has been working hard on his behalf to bring his life story on the big screen. Any deal that will make it happen. I wonder how much 50 Cent paid for, for that.
I want your audience to go to Georgia Secretary of State. Look up BMF Entertainment and see who's the CEO. Government informant. So the nigga 50 Cent, you doing business with a government informant. You know it. I know it.
But 50 didn't care about that until Meech started hanging out with Ross. See, I don't think anybody would have found out. Like, I guess somebody made this video a while ago, but it was not like mainstream. Like, I'm not really into like all the rap beef and all that, but it's got me interested because like all this started happening because they blew their relationship with 50. If 50 didn't speak about this, I don't think anybody would have made a big deal, and everybody was looking at him like a hero, right? So.
Big Meech know it.
And that's also causing a rift between the family.
Him and the rest of his family because they what they saying to the nigga is, yo.
Oh, they're still beefing.
You feel me? You heard one word from the nigga about this situation.
Yeah.
Hey T, I know T feel like he's not making any money, little Meech. 50 Cent, and I thought they will all be happy for him. It's not like I didn't help your fan make millions. Cool. When stars start suggesting the wrong moves, I simply stand too much.
Yeah, nothing. And his name is clearly on your paperwork.
This woman testified.
Let's see. Third, that affidavit asserted facts related to suspected drug distribution conspiracy between Demetrius Flannery, Diane Galen, that's Cuffy, Fidel Suarez. Who's Fidel Suarez? Is he the plug? More specifically, the affidavit asserted that Demetrius Flannery was the purported national leader of the Black Mafia family drug trafficking organization, sentenced to 30 years imprisonment for drug trafficking. The affidavit asserted that based on information previously known to DEA St. Louis, Diane Galen Cuffy was a member of St. Louis BMF, an association of Flannery who had a substantial ties to multiple BMF members, had been indicted to Eastern District, Missouri on drug trafficking charges. Oh, they were everywhere. Sentenced to 120 months incarceration for drug trafficking. The affidavit asserted, who got 120 months? The Cuffy? Okay. The affidavit asserted that based on information from the CSI, that's Tammy, right, and the independent investigation by DA St. Louis agent Suarez owned and operated a trucking company in California had been investigated on or arrested with a conviction for suspected drug trafficking in 2005 to 2009. In addition, the independent investigation by DA St. Louis agents revealed too large quantity of drugs.
In a court of law, that she became a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. You feel me? It don't get any clearer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know most niggas don't understand paperwork. So I mean, and that's crazy to me because you niggas call yourselves street. And you out in the streets, but you don't understand what these white folks are doing. That's crazy to me.
Should I buy the paperwork? Because you could go on Pacer and buy it. I think it was like 8 cents per page or something like that. I'll do it.
And I want to attribute a lot of that to maybe they never dealt with the system, but that's what we here for, to educate them, I guess, on that, because all you got to do is follow the dots with this one, because that's when we bring up you, we have to bring up a guy by the name of Suarez.
Suarez. Fidel Suarez met Demetrius Fleury in the county jail. He's a cartel member out of Los Angeles. Super good dude.
That's a plug.
Fidel beat the feds in trial and went home. But he exchanged information with Big Meech and was trying to help him. Whatever he needed, you know what I mean? Dude was down for that. So Big Meech and Tammy was initially trying to target Fidel. You feel me? So in the course of me and Tammy discussing Meech's movie rights and me seeking out a deal for a movie and me providing a script for a movie, the DEA got wind that I was in contact with Tammy and they turned the investigation toward me. So that's why Fidel's Suarez's name is in the paperwork.
Okay, and that make a lot of sense. And I guess, kind of going back to that previous conversation, you were working on the script with MC Hammer's brother, trying to place what they showing now almost on.
So I guess they were trying to get Suarez, and then because he got involved with the script of the movie, then they moved their investigation to Cuffy. Then that sucks though, man. The feds are grimy. You know, he's like, he was gonna get in a better situation. They're like, nah, man, we're gonna hold you down. Like, that's crazy.
Stars.
There you go. We was gonna do a motion picture. We had a deal on the table from Lionsgate Films. MC Hammer's brother name is Louis Burrell. This is my guy. This is my nigga. This is a Bay nigga, but he been out in LA and Hollywood forever.
Yeah, I did my research on him.
Yeah, that's my nigga. Super good dude. Been around forever. So, I mean, he can contest all of this.
Wow, yeah.
Damn, the Gary be some haters though. Man, that's crazy. So the feds started investigating Suarez then, and then they just focused all their attention to Cuffy, just because he was gonna make a movie. The feds are some haters, yo.
It's a lot of sources out there that could confirm it, but really, if you paying attention and if you open your eyes and reading the paperwork.
And another thing your audience need to know.
This call is from a federal prison.
When I do these interviews, people say, well, damn, Cuff, how you know Tammy didn't get in any trouble? Tammy Cowins has never been in any trouble. She has never been charged with anything. She's not from the streets. She's not about the streets. Demetrius Fleury put her up to this.
Yeah.
So this is what the government testified to in court. That she's cooperating with the DEA to set Cuff up to give Demetrius Fleury a time cut. It doesn't get any simpler than this, man. You feel me?
Yeah, and that's mind-blowing in itself, that somebody without a criminal record or, you know...
Yeah, that's like obvious. Like, if she's never been arrested and she's making deals, it's through Meech then. You know, 'cause she's, like he said, he's never been arrested. So what's her incentive? I mean, he did give her his life rights away. So she owns that. So that makes her a millionaire. And who knows what the deal was with 50 when he like got those rights from her as well to make the show.
You should be able to do this. Now, we know that you can work off your sentence and things of that sort that other red niggas do. But this is an individual who's never been in any type of trouble. She was a fucking secretary at some office or something in Atlanta. So she's not from the street. She's never been charged with anything.
Wow.
You feel me? So
That's wild.
This was new to the judge that was overseeing this case. You know what I mean? So she said, wait a minute, let me make this make sense. You mean to tell me that you signed up to be a DEA informant, to set a guy up, to give a kingpin a time cut, and the government is okay with this? That's what the magistrate judge said in open court.
And
Do you guys think that Big Meech and Tammy fell off because maybe he promised her like, hey, you know, if you do this for me, and once I get out of jail, I'm gonna hold you down. I'm making my girl, and this because you know how some females be, right? They be holding you down in jail, and as soon as you get out and you don't meet their expectations, they fall out on you. So maybe that's what happened.
And now, briefly explain how that go into play with everything that happens with her and Keith Krumer. How that comes into play with your case.
Keith Krumer was the agent that started the case, but he tried to hide his hand. So the way that he hid his hand was he passed the case along to St. Louis DEA, who always had a ball to pick with me.
Okay.
So the reason why he hid the case and sent it down to the A circuit, which is the St. Louis region, is because he had to try to hide his relationship. So the way that the relationship was brought to light was the Justice Department seized Tammy Cowins' phone. See, this is another thing that I found out, all the procedures that go and how you pay an informant and such and so forth. When they seized her phone, so once an informant completes his case and your guy's indicted, they have to turn over their phones and any other equipment of communication. Once that happened, they saw what she thought that she erased pictures and the text messages of her and Special Agent Keith Krumer, pictures of them two in the bed naked.
Oh, that's crazy. So that's how they found out that she was fucking the Fed, because she gave her phone to the feds. Why would you do that? Why would you, if you're doing something like that's clearly not good, why would you take pictures and stuff? You know? And that's how the case got thrown out. His Big Meech deal got thrown out. Oh, now everything's making sense what 50 was saying. That's crazy.
Conversations back and forth. The Justice Department stopped my case to investigate Tammy Cowins and Special Agent Krumer, who was indicted and fired.
Oh, so he lost his job over that.
What? Yeah, that's criminal. Because you falsifying court sworn records.
Yeah, I seen that shit went up. That shit went up some levels of court. That shit was like, it was almost like, I don't want to say it was having Supreme Court hearings on that shit, but that shit went up past court level.
Yes, it's very serious. A DEA agent can have no contact.
Keith Krumer got fired over that. And how serious of a
Bro, so many lives got ruined by Tammy, I ain't gonna lie. Like, first Cuffy, and then the DA lost his job and all that because he was smashing her. That's crazy. Like, third party snitching is something else.
offense that was, and that pretty much re-triggered your case. That brought your case back to life.
Well, I ain't gonna say it brought my case back to life. This happened before my conviction. It happened during my prosecution.
So okay, a little bit, because I know if I'm confused by it, or if I was confused, because I'm fully in tune now, but at one time I was confused. Explain your situation and your conviction, because most people would see it like, well, he pleaded guilty, so how is
Well, we have to point to 97% of individuals in the feds are based on pleas.
okay?
It basically boils down to if you're going to trial, you're not going to be viewed by your peers, and that's one of the biggest discrepancies when you're going to trial in the state courts. You feel me? So it's no way for you to have a 97% conviction rate in less than decades time. So of course I did, and the other couple 100,000 people that's sitting in the feds with me right now also.
And it was some circumstances around that surrounding your co-defendant and statements that almost forced your hand with that,
They
because
did force my hand. When the government saw that their case was in trouble, they indicted me on 2 homicides.
so I'm gonna try to explain. I got a good friend that just came home.
What? So the government knew that they were gonna lose the case because Tammy was messing with the DEA agent, smashing the agent. Because that would be a fruit of the poison is something, right? I forgot the thing's called. So the kids would have been thrown out. So then they finally found it. Whoa, man.
Was in trouble. They indicted me on 2 homicides.
Wow, they're grimy, yo. When the feds want to get you, they want to get you. So, like I said, so Tammy was cooperating, right? Like he said, she had to give him the feds her phone. When they were going through her phone, they found out she was smashing the agent in charge of her case. So that would have put Cuffy's case that he was fighting in jeopardy, you know, because oh man, the fruit thing, the poisonous fruit thing, where it fucks with the whole investigation. So he could have walked out, but then they magically find they put 2 murders on him. That's crazy.
So I'm gonna try to explain. I got a good friend that just came home from he was sentenced to 22 years and he got it cut to 11. But how he explained to me is how the feds work, and this is exactly what you're going to explain. So when they indict you, they know that 98% of the people are convicted. Once you put in, like, you're going to fight the case and you don't immediately cop out, that's when they come back and supersede you with multiple indictments and multiple different counts.
They first have to have the evidence.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, and now
That's grimy. So the feds think they'll give you the minimum, but as soon as you try to fight them, they'll slam the whole book on you, bro. That's crazy. No wonder they had such high conviction rate. They're scared the fuck out of you.
in your case, is that what happened with that situation? Did they kind of get you on one thing and come back when they noticed that you was going to fight it? They superseded you.
So when the case got in trouble, meaning that the agent and the government witness lost all credibility when a sexual relationship was revealed. It's illegal, it's immoral, and it kills all credibility. The justice system that we have is based on credibility. That's what it's supposed to be based upon. It's based on credibility. You feel me? Your veracity, your credibility. And once that is gone, then you can't bring a prosecution. Because now you have committed what?
Yeah, because you get reasonable doubt after that. You know, to get convicted, there has to be unreasonable doubt. So they can't be that. So, wow, they're grimy.
Misconduct, which is grounds for reversal or vacature of the charge.
The circumstances you're falling under now. And I guess another thing we want to kind of briefly touch on is the ghost gun situation.
Yes. They use a theory called aiding and abetting. You feel me? And I tell the people all the time about the 2 tiers of justice we have in the federal system. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And right now.
Yeah, well, but just basically, first of all, you going to trial, you won't be adjudicated or judged by juries or your peers. So if you in Philadelphia, they not drawing the jury pool from the city of Philadelphia. They go on the outskirts of Pennsylvania. So you're gonna have 12, 60, and 70-year-old white folks holding your faith in their hand when they've already came in with bias and prejudice of you and the people in the inner cities.
Before the case even started.
Before the case started.
That's fucked up. You know, because obviously somebody from Pennsylvania and they're white, they're gonna convict you. That's fucked up. I never knew the government was like this shady. Like I knew they were shady, but this is like some extreme level. That's crazy.
It's the only way you can have a 97% conviction rate in the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the only way. It's built-in bias and prejudice.
Yeah. So right now, I know we talked about a case in the United States versus Laura. And I pretty much explained the scenarios around that case because it's very, very similar to yours.
I did. out of the Second Circuit. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. He had drug charges, which were the statutes are called 841 and 846 for conspiracy and intent to distribute. Your audience might be lost on these terms, but very familiar with these terms. Laura also was charged with a 924C and a 924J.
I gotta write this down.
Based on discharging a firearm and furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. That's the first charge. That's a 924C. I'm gonna let you see the similarities, so you'll see the double jeopardy that's coming along. The second charge is a 924J, and that is discharging a firearm during a drug trafficking incident that results in death. So they both discharge a firearm during drug trafficking. That's double jeopardy. That's stacking the debt. And they do that to just add more time to your situation.
So when they supersede you, this is the vindictive part of going against the feds. They say, well, you have so much balls that you're not going to cop out to this plea. We're going to stack you with counts and charges.
Not only are you not going to cop out to this plea, a lot of these niggas, you understand,
I'm writing everything down for the video I'm gonna do because this is crazy news.
turn to government witnesses. You understand? So not only you're not going to cop out, you're not going to help us bring more black and brown people into our system. You feel me?
Yeah, because I'm sure that comes to you when they come to you with the plea. And when you don't play that ball game, they make
Then they get nasty. You feel me?
and to make the people understand, they have to spend money to take you to trial. So when they feel like you making them spend the money on prosecution, all of this.
Exactly. But that's contrary to the Constitution.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You have the right to seek trial. This is written in the Constitution. So it's contrary to the Constitution.
Yeah, they try to make it to where once you fight the government, you're not going to fight them. You will never fight them again based on what they'll do to you, or you'll never get out because of how they got the debt stack.
Exactly. I will point you to the First Amendment. You have a right to seek grievance against the government. You have that right. You have that right.
So,
This is the Constitution I'm talking about.
let's explain.
Okay, so everybody, for the recap, so far we find out that Tammy has no criminal record, so she never got arrested, and that's how Cuffy found out that Big Meech was third party dealing with the feds on Cuffy's case. Then Tammy goes and smashes the DEA agent, and they found out because the government asked for her phone since she was cooperating, and they found explicit photos and text messages that she was smashing the DEA agent, right? Then the government's case on Cuffy was dangling because, you know, you can't, the confidence that it was a good impartial case was in danger. So then the feds come and put 2 murders on Cuffy to save the case. That's some wild stuff, bro. I didn't even know it was this deep. That's crazy.
Where your situation is at. So is that case still being tried and heard, or has that case been settled yet? The Laura case out of New York.
The Laura is settled. And it's what we're going back in on. Laura was settled in June of 2023.
Okay.
And so now we're in the appealing court, stating the fact that we should get relief just as Laura did, because once the Supreme Court ruling becomes law, it's the law of the land. It's the highest court in the land.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, they can you state how long you've been in so they know that?
I've been in since 2014, so it's 10 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I knew from me doing my research, but being that it's kind of fresh in people's mind, I want to make sure that they know that this didn't just happen. This It's something that
This has been going on for a while. I haven't heard from Big Meech since he put me with Tammy Cowins.
and he
This is a 30 plus year relationship. You feel me? This is my nigga going back to when we were 21, 20 years of age.
There's no loyalty in crime, bro. I feel like if everybody's looking out for themselves, there's no loyalty. 30 plus year relationship, and Big Meech tried to do a third party snitch on him. That's crazy.
You feel me?
and that's crazy.
So what I learned, this is very telling. This is what I learned through this whole thing. I learned a lot about what goes into being a confidential informant. Once the confidential informant or informant have completed their mission, meaning that the investigation is wrapped up or you're about to be indicted. All of those parties are to assist any contact. Cut off any contact you have with the target, being myself. So that kind of explains why I never heard back from Big Meech since.
After that happened.
Right.
And I remember you talking. So a lot of this kind of got sparked up by an initial interview you did with someone, and that interview happened to take place, I was told, years ago. Even though it found its way to the internet recently, a lot of this is going to seem recent because the BMF show came out just a few years ago. This kind of information just rose to the internet. But the person I spoke to that had and released the interview said, well, I had it for 2 years. I just didn't release it.
That's crazy. Oh, wait. Let's give a shout out to the guy, though. I ain't gonna lie. Mob ties, subscription, and like. Man, he got everything in there, yo. There's so much stuff I never even thought of that was possible, like what he was doing. Let's see if we could find something else. Whack 100th. Oh, Whack said this 3 months ago? What?
Well, speaking of prison, a whole bunch of people just got out. Big Meech is the most prominent one of that bunch. He was originally locked up in 2005. He took a 30-year plea deal for running a continuing criminal enterprise, CCE. He ended up doing 19 years.
Look at Whack. He's so focused on this. He's like, I can't wait to say this.
That time makes sense. He was supposed to do like 24. Mm-hmm. About a year or two ago, he went back in on appeal. I believe it might have been Trump. Trump had put something in there for drug dealers to reduce their level. So when they reduced their level, reduced his level of confinement, and it knocked off about 5-6 years. So we went over to the paperwork of that. So the time he got out is discredited to the law changing.
Right, because there was allegations by the family of a St. Louis kingpin named Dion Cuffy Gatling.
Just talked to him an hour ago.
Oh, really? To Cuffy?
Yeah.
Okay, so his family's saying that Meech cooperated against him and so forth. I had Terrence Gangster Williams here yesterday, who actually went through the paperwork. What he said was that Meech never cooperated, but there is a woman who Meech knows that I guess he ended up giving his life rights to.
Third party cooperate.
Third party cooperate.
Which is him cooperate.
Oh, you think that's him cooperating?
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
Because she cooperates. She's a producer on the Stars TV show.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Meech is just parole, right?
Yes.
He's on house arrest, right? He's on house arrest with Lil Meech's mama, right? Lil Meech stars in the show, right?
Yes.
Why didn't she have the life rights?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you don't necessarily always give, always do business with your kid's mother if they're not.
Stop. What business is he doing with the cooperative?
Well, his life rights.
Okay. So when you're doing business with somebody, you're doing something for them, and
Yeah, it's an exchange.
they're doing something for you, right?
Right. I'm assuming that some of the money that she got would be shared with his son and his family.
But why would he put her in place of the money? What does he benefit by having her in place of the money?
Maybe she was the most qualified business-wise. For example, like if you look at when I interviewed Lil Eazy-E, right? We talked about how Tamika Wright ended up getting ruthless and everything else like that.
That was his wife.
That was his wife right at the very end. They got married like when he was in,
That was his wife, though.
on his deathbed.
That was his wife.
Right. No, let me just prove my point here. Lil Eazy said, well, Eazy could have given the rights to his grandparents who were still alive at the time. But they were older, they didn't know anything about the music industry, so it didn't make sense to do that. So he felt that Tamika was the most qualified to actually run the business. And ultimately she did a, fairly good
Great job. Shout out to Tamika. Anytime I need anything clear, I hear Lil Eazy. She hears me. Two big roots to make it happen. Right? But
what I'm saying is he could have said, no, I'm going to give my rights to my actual family, to my actual grandparents who raised me, who I trust more than anyone else. But
so you're saying that
he gave it to a baby mother.
Tammy Cowins, as far as you're concerned, was probably more qualified to handle the business.
Yeah, this whole situation made this whole beef with 50 made everything hard because, like I said, I didn't even know anything about that, and it's taking me 40 minutes to find out how being Meech is not like on it. Like he third party snitch. Like I said, the recap we did on the video was Tammy didn't have no criminal record, so she had no business working for the DEA. She never got arrested. So Big Meech gave her his life rights away to her as payment, kind of way, for doing that for him. Then Tammy goes and fucks the DEA agent in charge of the case, the deal that with Meech, so he could get off in 2017, right? So then when she's cooperating, the feds asked for her phone to go through her phone. So when they went through her phone, they found out that she was fucking the DEA agent because they had pictures of they're doing their thing. He's smashing her and text messages. So then that put Cuffy's case in jeopardy because it's not trustworthy. His testimony against Cuffy because he's fucking the informant. It's so then the feds saw that Cuffy's case was at risk, and then that's when they put the 2 murders on Cuffy, and the rest was like history. So that's crazy, 30-year relationship, and then Meech does that. Man, there's no love between thieves, that's a bad thing. When you do a crime, you gotta do it by yourself, because even a 30-year relationship, someone's gonna trick on you.
I'm saying potential. I'm saying that's true. I'm saying that this is a theory.
Can I give you another way of looking at it?
Okay.
Usually, guys from the streets, when we position people to do things, when we do things for them, it's because in return they're going to do something for us. The paperwork shows that Tammy Cowins was a cooperator, third-party cooperator, right? Let's rewind back to 2016, 2017. Remember the rumor that Big Meech was going to come home early?
Yeah.
Okay. This ties into that.
I was just saying that.
Now, the case stuck on Cuffy. But because she ended up having sex with the federal agent, they pulled the time cut back for Meech. Now, when I'm talking to Cuffy, I say, Cuffy, why are you telling me this happened, and how do you know, and he's not directly on the paperwork? He says,
Big Meech is not on the paperwork.
No.
We've established
Exactly. I said his name is not on the paperwork, right? He said, why? The line come through her from him. I need you to help me get this bag. Cuffy will tell you, before him, Meech was a small time dude. He said, I put his first million in his pockets. The man literally broke down and cried when he saw the money that I delivered to him. said the numbers and the situation to this. Only me and Meech knew this information. When I got the documents and the paperwork, everything that me and Meech knew and which we discussed through code is in the paperwork. Only me and him knew this information. Tammy didn't even know this information. Tammy just delivered the message to me of who the plug was supposed to go through. They was originally setting up a drug cartel dude, a Hispanic dude, right?
That's
that was the original setup, right? Tammy botched all that up and it phased to him. So Tammy sits here with the life rights. Okay, Meech is saying, I will let you have those and control those, but this is what you have to do for me. Cuffy said Meech been reaching out to him. He said, there's nothing to talk about, because me...
And like I said, was that worth snitching on your guy to get off 8 years earlier? Because if he did his time, get off, he got off like, not recently, that's 8 more years, but now you don't got to deal with this drama, But and the bad thing that that deal didn't go through because Tammy was fucking DA agent, so it was for nothing. All this was for nothing. Like, crazy.
And you both know what I'm reading, right? And what I'm reading, only me and you know. There's certain things in here that only me and you know. Now, Tammy was whose woman first? I don't know. Blue Da Vinci.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was Blue's work first. And then when Meech got locked up, she flowed that way. Blue went a year or two later, afterwards, right? So you have that turmoil going right there. You will never find Meech's name directly on the paperwork, but what you will find is his partners, per se, on the paperwork, third-party cooperative, where it spells out, and I'm pretty sure Terrence told you this, that the third-party cooperative also owns the rights to BMF. Right. It spells it out, right? Now, what would make Big Meech continue to do business with this woman? Through that, after the fact, knowing that she just took the stand on your comrade?
Wow, this is getting deep, though. Oh, there's another one here.
Get called down to my probation officer. I'm looking at my young son because this has never happened to me. I've been on probation a couple of years now, like what's going on. So I told my youngest son, when I called him, I said, hey, come over here. I got my probation officer called me. I got to go turn myself in. Not turn myself in. I said, I got to go see her. And he said, what's going on? I said, I don't know. She told me she's giving me an hour to get there. I get down to my probation officer, my son in the car, said, if I don't come out in a couple of hours, call the lawyer. I get in there, Tammy Cowins is a government informant. So she said, my probation officer is sitting there and some other guy. I can't remember his name, but I just knew he was part of the DA. And he had that come in, I go in, I'm like, fuck. This is everybody's nightmare. I already did my time. Only thing I wanted to come home and do is take care of myself, take care of my family, make amends for my mother, redeem myself through,
We gotta look into her too, Tanisa Welch. Who's she with?
World, or anybody that I felt like I affected. So he told me, he says, you know what this is about? And I said, no. He said, well, you threatened a government informant, and that's a federal offense, and it's a violation of your probation. And I said, well, who did I threaten? I don't know what you're talking about. So he go over the story, and I'm sitting there, and I'm telling you, I've heard of people killing themselves not to go back to prison. I went to prison, man. I went to prison. When I say I came home, and all these people were going at my head. All these people I helped. All these people, I'm a mother. I was somebody's daughter. I lost my father, lost my mother. I was somebody's daughter. And here you are. You didn't put in no work. No work. All you did is start writing a man, and this man befriended you, gave you his life rights. And just because you've been a government informant since 2008, you have the right to tell them that I threatened you. They told me that they were gonna arrest me. They were gonna charge me. I'm in there, I'm hyperventilating. I'm in this little room with, they shut the door. There's no knob on this side because if you wanted to run, you couldn't get out. They're talking to me. I had to, I'm like, I'm just like fear. Fear had set through my body. I couldn't, I'm going to prison. This woman is going to take my life away from me. Take my whole life. I did my time. Out of them 200 people came. None of them said I'm on their paperwork. I did my time. I came home broke. I lost everything I had before I even went to prison, even before I met these two, Terry and his brother. So everything I had, everything I gained, I lost. It's okay because of my lifestyle. But who would give a person the right to tell another person to lock me back up because I came home to figure out another way to make money? This been hunting me for years.
Damn, Tammy a bitch. I ain't gonna say Tammy a bitch. Man, bitch has no soul.
So eventually, this stayed on my head for about a year. My father had stage 4 cancer. I thought I wasn't going. They told me I couldn't go home to visit him. Eventually, the case went away because they put it under investigation. She couldn't prove what I did. Prove that I threatened her. And then after that, she has did interviews about me. Like her and the sauce was going at my head. For what reason? I don't even know y'all. Have done multiple interviews about me. Talking about who I am. Like, no, who are you? So I thought that when we were coming here, I know like Blue, and they had this big thing on Instagram and going, that conversation was about her. Yes, she's a government informant. Yes, she's been a government informant since 2008. Yes, she tried to get me locked back up. But for my attorney and my probation officer, they didn't lock me back up. But can you imagine the fear that my son had, my mother had, and my dying father had? Because anytime you're in prison, you always think, I just want to make it home to my parents because my parents were older. I just want to make it home to my parents so I can make it right. But for somebody to take your freedom, because I vowed while I was sitting in prison that I vowed to be forgiving to anybody that I hurt, anybody that, got hurt in anything that I was doing. I vowed to give back. That's why I started Side of Heart, give back to the community, help the community. I vowed to help people.
Yeah, so she was sorry for everything she did, and we're gonna deep dive what she did for BMF. But Tammy, man, that's messed up. But she did that, threatening her to send her back to prison for some petty stuff. That's crazy.
Who's locked up, for these unjust laws. I've helped people come home from prison. I have 3 people come home from prison working in prison reform. So when a person, just because you have that right, because you making money from the government, it ain't like me or like any other woman. I was in prison with 600 women at a time. I've heard multiple stories. I don't blame those women who got caught up and might have had to take the stand and tell and get a little time so they can run home to get to their kids. But when you have a woman that's like dirtball, piece of shit ass woman that sits there and make money from the government and say, oh, because I'm a government informant, I can take your fucking freedom away from you. Prison is like almost death. You can't go no further down. It's prison, then it's dying, or it's dying to be in prison. So when you do this kind of thing, you fuck up people's life. So when I had this show, here I go again trying to help everybody around me. This happened. I had to walk away from that. I walked away from that. I had to walk away. My probation officer said, we're going to make a deal with you. We're going to investigate this, but you're going to have to walk away from anything that you got going on with them. So I walked away from, that was a way for me to take care of myself when I came home from prison. Struggle for years. Here it come before the BMF show come. Everybody going at my head. Tammy Cowins again started doing these interviews. I get a book deal. Here they come with this whole story again. What is this? What is this? Why?
Yeah, they be hating on her so much from just like what I was being like 5 minutes. That my heart goes out to this lady because she's trying to make better herself. She's regretful she went to prison and all that, and they're still on her neck. You know, you can see the frustration in her eyes. And I don't like this Tammy girl.
As this woman, I want to know. I want you to put this piece in this because I really want to know. I want her to face me. I want her to face the world like when she put out this interviews for me. I want her to feel like she made me feel when I had to go back, almost go back to prison. I want to know, why did you do that? What could I didn't even know who she was. I used to look her up because when you're a government informant, you don't have no identity. You don't have a Facebook, you don't have Instagram, you don't have LinkedIn, you don't have anything. And I was asking people, who is this person? Who is this person? When they did the BMF Stars premiere, I was on Instagram and I seen her for the first time. Nobody had to tell me. I looked at her and I knew it was her. All these people from BMF and everybody, they just all hugged up with this person. Do you know how that makes me feel? Like, this is a government informant. I'm your 30-something-year friend. I don't even have to be a friend. I should have been somebody you respect. You don't have to love me. You don't have to like me. But I don't know nobody that I would put in prison. Nobody. I don't even hate nobody that bad. And then you guys sit around, y'all argue with Blue about who he is or what he did to anybody else, and y'all upholding this piece of shit ass woman, holding her up like she's somebody.
That's crazy. What's her name? Tonisa Welch. Let's look her up. BMF. That's crazy, yo, man. Tammy a B. Ain't gonna lie. Is there a documentary? She was the first lady. Nah, I can't go on BET because they're definitely gonna copyright me. So I was tears out, Big Meech. Oh, do you think these guys are gonna copyright me? I'm just trying to find out the truth. Independent dope. Original footage should be able to.
I just so happy to be the lucky one to come out first with the street shit. We get saturated.
I feel like I make it copyrighted. I want to know first day Tonisa Welch interview, exclusive interview, Macbeth TV. Why was she the first lady of BMF? I just want to know that. First lady of BMF. Okay, I just wanted something to. She blew 500 million? What? I wonder if we could read this.
On this episode,
Nah, they're gonna copyright. BT don't play with the copyrights. Where can we see this? Big Meech snitch on Cuffy after Cuffy gave him $1 million to pay ransom. What?
What do you think about Big Meech getting out? Okay. When I think about Big Meech, I gotta think about Cuffy. You know about Cuffy? Yeah. Cuffy comes from St. Louis, man. He gave Meech them $1 million. He like helped start BMF. He owned the name of BMF, and they stole that name from him and they snitched on him and sent him to jail.
Right? When Meech out, they need to really make good with that. He need to go get Cuffy. He need to go talk to Cuffy.
Yeah, I interviewed Cuffy, and he's accusing Meech of cooperating.
He got paperwork.
So yeah, I got Cuffy right here, man. St. Louis legend. You know what I'm saying? And I know people heard me speak about Meech's paperwork situation with the last interview that we had, and a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. They don't believe it, Blue's hating. You know what I'm saying? And when I went back and I looked at everything, I was like, you know what, bro? It's only right, and only one way to really do it. You good? Only one way to really do it is just let Dog speak for itself. So I wanted him to call in, and this is him calling in during the interview. Go ahead, Cuff, man. You can introduce yourself and take the flow.
Hello, what's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know, a lot of people, man, is thinking that this thing is made up, or this thing is fake, or that I have an axe to grind. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm in here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, as you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Cowins, known in the paperwork as CS1.
Right.
Confidential source 1. So what Big Meech did was called a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowins signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
I mean, listen, it's like if you rich and you got power, you can't be a snitch. Meech a snitch. Everybody know Meech a snitch. Right? Cuffy say Meech a snitch, he a snitch. I'm from St. Louis, gang. I ain't going against my home. What Cuffy got locked for? What he got locked for? Meech a snitch. But St. Louis know he a snitch. Right? Y'all run around praising this nigga. We don't do that. Not in St. Louis. We know he a snitch. We believe Cuffy. St. Louis believe Cuffy. We stand behind our own, gang. Crazy how he set him up for a whole bunch of bricks and shit. Called him from jail. Remember calling him jail, we got 200 bricks for you, and then you get done, the police done? And then Tammy Cowins? Come on, gang. Come on, man. Whole time.
Is that really how it happened? Did Meech call him, give him this 200 bricks, send him on a mission, a suicide mission, and then, bro, I would never pick up anything if somebody coming from jail. Hey, go pick up this up. Hell no.
Tammy, come on, gang. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you gotta talk to Cuffy to know it, right? I talked to Cuffy, I talked to his daughter. Cuffy's daughter fucked up about it. She go from being rich out there fucked up, like, ain't nobody trying to help her neither. Right? So she be fucked up, but really happen behind the scenes, but everybody praising Meech, right? And I ain't got no problem with Meech. I think he should just holler at Cuffy. Because it don't be sound right. And Cuffy got paperwork. So you got paperwork. You got paperwork.
Yeah, I mean, there's paperwork, but
it's paperwork. Meech a snitch. I'm not saying he's a snitch, but Cuffy say he's a snitch, gang. And I don't have no problem with BMF. I'm BMF too. Right? But I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real. On GD. On Larry David.
so you know Cuffy?
Yeah, I know Cuffy. I know Cuffy. Listen, man, Cuffy from St. Louis. Everybody, he gave Meech $1 million. He started. Well, he ain't started yet. But BMF ain't had no money to get that pack. He gave him that pack. And he always around, right? Even when, you know, the one dude from St. Louis, what's his name? He's down in jail again. Ooh, what's his name? He's the underboss. Junior, J.R. What's his name? What's his name? No. J-Bo. Yeah, they put J-Bo in the trunk. He told me about that. When they put J-Bo in the trunk.
Who's J-Bo?
They put J-Bo in the trunk, had him in the trunk, and they made Meech pay to get him back. And Meech paid to get him back and shit, because J-Bo was running around selling dope in the Blue Mile. And then he couldn't sell dope down there. They kidnapped him and put him in the trunk. And made Meech pay him back. So Meech ain't had the money. So that's when he gave Meech $1 million to go do the shit.
We got to research J-Bo. I guess he's BMF. He got kidnapped?
He had to pay to get J-Bo back. So Meech had the money for the plug. So he had to pay the plug back for Meech. He gave Meech $1 million. So they had J-Bo out the trunk though. That's just left him in the trunk. I would have left him in the trunk. That's true story.
J-Bo's from St. Louis too.
J-Bo from St. Louis. J-Bo, he got put in the trunk. He's got in jail too. And I fuck with J-Bo. Shout out to him. But I don't know. Listen, if J-Bo mad at me, don't be mad at me. Be mad at Cuffy. Because Cuffy told the story. I ain't see him get put in the trunk. But evidently Cuffy did. Cuffy said he got put in the trunk. More than once. Twice.
Oh shit, yo.
Say I put it. That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, they always put in the trunk. Yeah, they kept on saying every time J-Bo goes somewhere, they put him in the trunk and call Meech and get some money.
Wow.
Don't where he supposed to. Say put him in the trunk.
J-Bo was a walking leg. He's put him in the trunk, getting $1 million.
One time they shouldn't pay. They shouldn't pay him one time. Probably wouldn't have a problem. But then they say that's what I want.
Cuffy said that.
Was J-Bo having a reputation of not paying or something?
No, now he do. But he can't pay now because he broke. But I'm saying before he went broke back then, nobody paid. In St. Louis, the backdoor city game, nobody paid. Nobody paid. So he probably get work. He owed the first 100. I can't say that. But he owes like a whole lot of shit.
He was about to say something incriminating. He saw how he stopped himself. He's like, oh, wait.
Streets. That's what I want.
Man, what do you think about J-Bo getting out and then going right back in, bro, and just doing the same shit?
Let me tell you this. You gotta look at it. Birds and feathers flock together. Right. And I could never confirm, but I'm like, Cuffy, J-Bo a snitch. Tell me, like, I looked at the AI. AI said J-Bo a snitch. But Cuffy couldn't confirm he was a snitch. But AI know everything. But AI said he a snitch.
Who's AI?
But you gotta talk to AI about that. Okay. AI don't know yet. They know everything. But AI say a snitch. So every time that happens, you gotta be a snitch. That's what AI say. AI snitch.
You know what's crazy? He gets so much information from the videos. Like, I'm hearing all these new names, J-Bow, AI, and all that. I've never heard about them anywhere. It's just like you follow the path, you know?
Right, he's taking over the world. So we gotta listen to AI. But I can't put no jacket on nobody unless I got the paper. But I ain't got the paperwork for him. But it's kind of weird. You go to jail, and they take you to jail the second time. They take you for fraud. They're like everybody up on your case for drugs and get you for a PPP.
Oh, that's what he's in jail for?
Yeah. Everybody's in jail for drugs. He got PPP. It's kind of weird, right? He gotta talk to everybody down there about it. Talk to Cuffy, tell you. That's what's going on with Meech. Right? And if Meech is a snitch, then he just needs to like address Cuffy. Right? Because you ain't no snitch if you address him. But until you address him, so somebody call you a snitch, you gotta address that in the streets, right? You can't go say, oh, I ain't gonna worry about that. Right? And you put your son in it too. Say your son know about it. Right? And you put your girl in it, and you put 50 Cent in it. Somebody gotta say something. Right? Ain't nobody in jail. Like, you locked up, that's the evidence. I'm in jail, and you told me. So he come on. You got to do something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, 50's cool. He holds you down, but as soon as you cross him, he'll throw you to the dirt. He'll air out all your secrets. He don't give a fuck. And that's crazy because 50 must have known that all this information, you know, because 50's connected to the streets, you know. But he didn't care because, you know, he was making money. Big Meech was making money and all that. But, man, was all this worth it for the 30 or 40 bands maybe Ross gave him to show up for his car show? Like, was all this worth it? Because I'm just a normal guy, right? I would never have found this out. I'm finding this out like crazy. And I bet a lot of people are going through this. So, Big Meech, when I heard it with the show and all that, I thought he was like a hero, you know? Like, he held it down. He did his bid and came out. But all this stuff is just coming out to light. And I'm saying it wasn't worth it to take that picture with Ross.
Address that. If he don't address that, he crazy. That's what I want. He got to address that. Shout out to him. Because I'm BMF too. That's what I want.
How'd you meet Sexy Red and play a part of getting her signed?
I'll tell you this right here.
Okay, who's J-Bow from St. Louis? J-Bow. That's what he said, right? J-Bow, St. Louis. Yeah, oh, J-Bo. Okay. Why did I put bow? Okay. Man, that's 2 hours and 30. J-Bo, St. Louis. Maybe that was BMF. So he was BMF. Uncle's why he copied all about J-Bo Snitch. Oh man, this guy's giving out all the information. I ain't gonna lie.
You made a hell of another statement. You made my life.
What should I say? I can't talk about Gucci.
We ain't gonna talk about Gucci. I'm gonna reach out to Gucci. You know, he doing anything, but you made it like the statement. You know, you coming from the street. Like you say, you have moving out. You know, one rule in the street is you can't make a statement on somebody's name saying they're a snitch without proof.
You can't do that. I never did that. So no. See, people don't understand what snitching is, right? You can halfway snitch, right? See, sometimes I think that people really ain't snitching if you don't know the case. But sometimes,
take the
People get snitching when you work with them. Because the plea agreement called a proffer, right? And that's the people that they took. They took a proffer. They informed of everything that was going on so they can stop and fight against drugs, fight against everything. That's a snitch. That's what they want. And Cuffy failed from that. He stood up more time than all them.
They helped Meech, right?
See, the thing was different, right? The only time you get a 5K1 down departure if they down with your sentence, right? They give you the guidelines. The only way to do that when you agree to be a snitch. Like, all the way snitch. You say no.
Oh yeah, I heard about that letter thing because through the 6ix9ine situation.
Well, you can use my name, then they give you a lot of reward. But him, and this person he was called Chapter 1. That means I ain't gonna give my name, give me whatever you gonna give me. Nobody took a little bit off. They gave me still all that time. They ain't gonna talk about the street trade. That's what I want. So he does snitch. Snitch. That's what I want. This is the crazy nigga. What? My homeboy right next to you. He's popping the whole time.
Why now? Why wait till you get locked up?
I didn't wait to get locked up. My phone is breaking out now. I got the AI right now. The phone I got right now. So my phone, AI, all that came together, all this knowledge, I was trying to store it now. That's the information on them. And all of a sudden, they information on him. So I had to give it out. So he is Cowins. So I like him. If he never would have knew Nelly and went hand in hand with Nelly, I never would have told nobody he was snitch. Oh, maybe I would.
Wait, is he talking about Nelly? Wait, Nelly's for...
Yeah, Nelly, I would have did less. But I did it on my platform. Hello, mama. So if he don't be mad at me, he be mad now. Nelly, your folks are not me.
You got a lot of people mad. A lot of people voicing their opinion about that. You know, a lot of people was upset with you about making that allegation on J-Lo.
Allegation. Allegation when you say something that could do practically true, right? I made the statement as true, but put it back here, right? He even said that everyone that said, I bought those for this much. It cost this much. I got them over here. They gave it to her. He delivered it over here. What the fuck is that, gang? That's snitch. So I didn't make no allegations. I just informed everybody that this is snitch right here in front of you. This man is snitch, so watch. I'm trying to inform y'all.
This guy, bro, we just randomly came up with this guy, 607 Unk, and he has like all the information, yo, simplified.
So St. Louis named Cuffy, did he never start being on that?
Listen, I can say this. I can say he gave Meech $1 million that and he participated a lot in the early growth of BMF with money. I can say that. I can say he put $1 million in it, right? He put a kidney in it, gang. Stop playing. Meech was hurt. He needed the money. He had to get J-Bo out the trunk. New shit.
Again with the J-Bo thing.
Y'all know what time it is, man? Hold on.
Oh, he's out of his messed up.
1 second.
Come on, gang. What you want?
Yeah. All right, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy Young Aki, man. I got a big guest in the building for y'all today, man. 607 Unk in the building, man. How you feeling today, Unk?
How long you been doing this? How long you been doing this?
This is my first one.
I mean, why you say a long ass intro for? People want to see me. You got that long ass intro. You gotta get straight to the point, gang. Come on, gang. Stop playing.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, I'm for real. You laugh. You think it's funny, gang?
All right. You're right. Y'all know what time it is, man. ITC, man. We got 607 Aki in the building today. How you feeling today?
You say your name, Aki?
This guy's a whole character, yo.
You a Muslim guy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A shout out. Assalamu alaikum, then.
Well, let's just allow, man. But I'm gonna start. I want to start from the top.
Who control you? Let's start from that. Who control you?
Who control me?
You say you're a Muslim.
What do you mean by control me, though?
You're a religion. Religion was here to control. It's some truth in it, but it was heard by man to control other men. So why you being controlled?
This guy's a whole character.
mean, my daddy Muslim.
What does that mean? My daddy.
He became the interview. He's giving the interview to them.
He was a killer. That mean I'm supposed to go kill? Come on, gang. Stop playing on me. We can do your interview, but I want to make sure I know who I'm talking to and making sure that your questions are legitimate, right?
Because you got to know, yeah, it's good. Oh, let's go.
Okay. Well, I want to start from the top, man. Where are you from?
Dang. I'm from St. Louis, gang. I'm from Backdoor City, gang. Where I'm from, you get your car snatched, right? That's what I want. And you'll die, right? And it's a shame because, like, St. Louis is so hood. That's what I want. I was like, really? I was like, what a hood, gang. Well, you have a stupid question. Everybody knows. I'm fighting.
This guy's
For the people that don't know,
who don't know?
Backdoor City, what you
Come on, gang. Who don't know me, gang? I mean, they don't know about St. Louis because
I didn't know about you until like recently, 2 videos ago.
But who don't know me, gang? Everybody knows 607 not the pump, gang. Okay, we just going on the internet. Just going on the internet.
It's more internet.
I control the internet. I'm like, come on, man. They know me. You ain't got to do all the introduction. Get to the greasy shit. Get to the questions. That's why people don't watch interviews no more. Because they don't want to get to that. They want to get to what they want to talk about, man. It's a new way to do it. Whoever talks you wrong, gang. You got to get straight to the point. You got to get straight to the nitty-gritty.
Okay, you got to get straight to the point. So you telling me you wrote Country Grammar?
Come on, man. Why would I say it to be lying for? I'm from St. Louis. I wrote Country Grammar. But the confusion is I ain't writing directly for Mo. I mean now, right? But in St. Louis, we call him Mo, right? So I ain't writing directly for Mo. I wrote it for Ali. So it's sort of like a pass, right? So I passed that the world is magic. It's not actually physical.
Hang on, I want to know how BMF, how Meech set up Cuffy for 200
I understand the light, bro. Why would everybody die and they go to the light? Because as soon as you go to the light, you're coming back to hell. And hell is heaven. And heaven is hell. He came here. God gave it. In the Bible says, speak my name because it's the way of the world. It's the way it's dream, but you just don't understand it. But, okay, 50 million is mine, right? Everybody knows it's mine. I mean, I wrote the song. I mean, in America, you got to get what's yours, right? I don't know. It's jail, okay? It's easy.
Hang on, I'm trying to get to where the 200 break thing is.
Like Sunday morning, they can come over here to our language, right? So you need to tell Yahshua, right? So Malcolm got killed this, right? Because he wanted to be famous.
King Yellow.
Come on, gang. I ain't coming up with a light-skinned fat and drag, gang. You got to talk about 57 not the pump.
King Yellow?
King Yellow running around Chicago like he's running. I run Chicago, gang.
Bro, I'm from Chicago. I ain't gonna lie. But I've never heard of 607, huh? I seen King Yella in one of the shows, but
I don't know who in Chicago, right? He on 63rd. Talk about him getting shot in the face first, right? Don't talk about King Yella. Let's talk about getting shot in the face. Talk about get shot in the face yelling in, or Queen yelling in. Stop playing with me. Man, you been asking one of the questions I've been here, gang. What on Jimmy? On Jimmy? On Jimmy? On White Floor, gang. Stop playing with me.
he's got beat his ass.
Black glass for say on BD on White Floor.
I'm Jimmy White Floor, gang. Stop playing with me. On Jimmy, nigga.
How could you be in 3 different games?
Come on, gang. It's all one, gang. It's like y'all just don't understand. Larry David, gang. Who made GD?
I don't game man.
That's what I'm saying. So if you knew who made GD and you knew who
Larry Hoover.
then you would understand on Larry Davis. Stop playing with me. I don't gotta drop the science, gang. I don't gotta drop my lick. That's Chicago about
I'm
me.
doing my research about you, and you said,
Bro, I'm from Chicago and I grew up in the hood. Like, I didn't know about you, bro. Like, my mom lives in the South Side still, you know? Like, I never knew about him until like this show.
every girl,
All girls cheat, right? Because women are emotional everywhere. So maybe the woman is the devil and she good. Her and God just going through
This interview is crazy. What the fuck?
They got to get it together. When they get it back together, we good. Y'all make this strap saying that I'm talking about my wife.
This guy's a whole character, yo.
But it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I ain't the smartest one around, but it makes sense. He said he beat the case when he got 15 years probation. So explain to me how.
Oh, here we go.
Who's got like rock? Smelling the bricks and smoking them bricks and the things. The smartest one around, but it makes sense.
how you feel about Lucci coming home yesterday?
Lucci, did he snitch?
No, he ain't snitch.
He do the only thing he did with Woody did. I fuck with Lucci. Cause like Lucci was really my big art. He got me through my hardest time when I was selling them bricks, right? When I was selling the bricks and smoking them bricks at the same time, he kept me up. I swear to God, I smoke them and I feel bad, and then I listen to Lucy, and then I start selling. I swear to God. So Lucy kind of like brought me back.
Why Fanzucci?
How do you feel about Young Thug beating his case?
No, Young Thug again. Why do you say he beat the case when he got 15 years probation? Explain to me how that's beat the case. How's that beat the case? How's that beat?
This guy's itchy as hell. Why is he acting like that? It's like old ass.
If you take a plea deal, is that snitching?
Yeah, if you take a plea deal, when Gunner did it, everybody said it was snitching. So when Gunner took the plea deal, everybody said he snitched because he just agreed to everything, and now everybody behind him, they in trouble.
No, he's supposed to he snitched because he actually named YSL a gang, and that's why he was.
Yeah, so Thug did it. Everybody said it was a good thing. But Thug was stupid anyway. He waited another week, he would have beat it like the other dudes. He just stupid, that's what I'm on. He was ready to get out and snitch. Right? Thug couldn't wait to get out and snitch and get fucked. Because one thing about jail, they fucked and they raped. They don't want to get raped. He want to get.
Hey, bro, pause. You can't say the R word.
Give it away. Right? He wanted to solve. All right? They give it to him too rough in jail. He want to get out of jail and control. He can't control the dick in there. Stop that.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah. Get him on here. He'll tell you about it.
Bro, Thug, I don't think Thug's gay. I think he's like, what is it called? Metrosexuals? That dress like nice. He just dresses nice, bro. Thug is a thug.
Yeah. Get him on here.
You ever been to a Diddy party?
All the time. Ain't nothing wrong with Diddy party, man. I mean, the best thing about Diddy party is it's good to 3. Right? I mean, if you're there after 3, then of course Diddy gotta go in. But the only people that were there after 3 was like Nelly. And
Bro, you think this guy's just gassing himself up? Let's go real quick. 607 Unk. Where Diddy? Images. Is he been with Diddy? I never knew about this guy, to be honest.
people like that, like a lot of people I can't speak about because I signed the NDA. But I can speak about Nelly because like he's been at the Earth Job. Come on, man. If an Earth Job is going on, so you can't sell a soul, gang. Stop playing with me. How you gonna sell something? Stop playing with me. Keep on feet. Because if you insinuating or if you instigating murder, you murder. If you vibrate right, it'll go straight through your head. They make you see if we see over there with being.
Anybody ever wore a wire on you?
Yeah. Who said he snitched? Boss. He from St. Louis.
J-Bo.
J-Bo the underboss. He from St. Louis. He an underboss from St. Louis. He a real gangster from St. Louis. He said it like he ain't snitching nothing. I mean, people said he snitched, but ain't no paperwork saying he snitched, so he good. Right, so shout out to J-Bo. Right, they turn it up over there.
Bro, they're trying to get to the BMF stuff.
Anybody ever wore a wire on you?
Yeah. They were wild on me one time, but it was kind of strange because they had it in the ass.
What?
It was up in the ass.
What the fuck? How do you know?
No lie. They put it in the ass. Like the feds got the new shit where they put the wire in the ass and it kind of come out through your chest. So in your ass, it's kind of like through your skin, so you can't see it. I was like, they go through your ass and through your spine, and they take it around your heart.
Okay, this guy's this guy's tweaking, yo.
What I like for? Come on, man. If you can talk to a robot, what will make you think they can't put a wire up the ass?
What the fuck?
You ever been to Kentucky?
Bro.
And I got a whole lot. Nobody's gonna do the whole 10 years. Ain't nobody free. If he do 10 years when he get out, he's still in jail. Tell them to get out their body. Tell them to do right. Do karma. Do good. Stop playing on me. We've been in the back door. Back door city, gang. And why you talking about who somebody thug killed? I don't want to talk about nobody thug killed, gang. When Rich Homie Quan died and they killed.
Fingernail paint on your leg.
Alright.
I don't know. I feel like this was a.
Check that one out.
Nobody
He wins when the family feels.
They couldn't prove now that the glove did it. We got a conspiracy from 19.
I don't know, that was a waste. I thought he was gonna say how Meech, set up the other guy for 200 bricks, but they didn't even talk about that.
90 to 2005. You mean to tell me it took 15 years to get enough evidence to bring me out? That's unrealistic.
That's when they were like in full swing in Atlanta.
I think we went to like maybe 1 or 2 parties. Not really like that.
Yeah,
Shout out to Southwest team.
Yeah.
Shout out to Meech, Free Meech, and shout out to Little Meech BMF coming soon.
Well, yeah, they flew me out, and I partied with them. And I just remember looking around with all the Ferraris, and Lambos, and Cristal bottles, and billboards that say the world is BMFs.
Right.
And I was sitting around going, like, this is going to end so badly. This is going to end so fucking badly. Because it was obvious what was happening to even a civilian like myself. I was like, yo,
I mean, we
the harder you get the fuck up out of here,
gotta watch the show. Shout out to 50. You know, but when that money coming, sometimes that money come like that. There's no stopping it. The money's coming. The motherfuckers was rich. They was like the last niggas to do it. So right.
But their flashiness was on a level I'd never seen before in a legal operation. Ever.
But when you got 50 million or whatever, 100 million in the basement, you know they coming.
When I first heard about it, I was like, look, in 2003, they would come around like there was guys in relationships. They were so embedded into the music business because when you can find your pocket, people like you around. Right? When you like at the nightclub and Puffy Leads can't buy champagne because you bought color, they start to have to speak to you. There's no fun here tonight without anything. You know what I'm saying? So it starts to, everybody's relationships that actually develop. I stay away from it. Because I know who I am.
And we got one of hip-hop's most iconic figures who's making his way around social media. Now, we're saying this happened since January 22nd, where the New York native, Curtis Jackson, a.k.a. 50 Cent, had went to Instagram and said the once drug lord from Detroit, Michigan, Big Meech, is a snitch. Now, it's been mixed reviews online, to say the least. Also, the timing is crazy. 50 Cent is set to release the 4th season of BMF. And people that know 50, they say he's trolling. They say this is a plot to get more views and ratings, which he done before with the artist/actor named Timmy. But some say 50 Cent not trolling. Some say this is a man who disowned his son. So the fact that he would disown a man who once called 50 Cent his second father after alleging that his father is an informant while still having him on his TV series, BMF. It's definitely something 50 Cent would do. But the real question is why? Having allegations date back to 2011, which we'll cover today. Now, my job here today is not to try to convince you is 50 Cent trolling or is he telling the truth? But I will present the facts of the allegations that's being brought up concerning another female who's very close to BMF. And after I present the facts, fam, you let me know at the conclusion. But I will say this out the gate. Calling a man a snitch in public is a damaging allegation, unless it's true. And I don't see how anybody would accept those type of allegations help marketing. But the answer might be just as simple as 2 + 2 = 4. Today we go over why these allegations was brought up. One video, one show, one 60-second clip has changed one thriving.
That's crazy. Was that even worth it, bro? Like, yo, Meech, you were tweaking. You should stay with 50. Ross just uses people, you know? Like, I've never seen like really help somebody.
Relationship and possibly business endeavors. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I'm going to give you no aim. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. And we all know we win some and we lose some. With all the wins 50 Cent has managed to obtain during his career, one of the most damaging L's was a rap beat that escalated to court with his rap rival, Rick Ross. It seemed 50 Cent had allegedly obtained an S-tape that had complicit videos of Rick Ross' baby mother. One thing led to another. According to a judge, 50 Cent had leaked that tape. And because of that, he lost the lawsuit, he lost the rap beef, and Rick Ross can say whatever he want about 50 Cent, but 50 Cent can't say nothing about Rick Ross directly. And that's key to this video, because recently, Big Meech has just announced he's doing a homecoming concert where his artists is set to perform. And one of those artists was Rick Ross, who we all know is 50 Cent enemy. So saying someone that 50 had a business relationship in his eyes with his enemy was enough, allegedly, to publicly call him a snitch. But there's also a man named Rick Ross who have a hit single in BMF claiming he feel like Big Meech. And of course,
bro, I can't take Ross seriously. Look, every time I hear Ross, I like his music, but Ross, like, I can't. Oh wait, what the? Every time I think about Ross, bro, like this comes up to mind. You know, like look, like this. You know, I know that like rap's like kind of fake and all that, but he can't. And he called 50 a snitch too. Like, bro, you were in there, bro. Like,
for Big Meech concert, Rick Ross and Big Meech did a promo video. And this is when the relationship with Big Meech and 50 Cent took a turn for the worse. Check it out.
The biggest boss, Ricky Rose, the time has come. Meech on. February 13th, get your tickets right now, it's going down. We know Florida gonna be there, Miami gonna be there. The legend himself gonna be in the building. Making history. Meech Rose coming.
Old Nation, Detroit, St. Louis, California, everybody, Atlanta, Georgia, ATL, stand up.
We gonna make history. Get your tickets right now. Y'all better be there February 13th. Meech coming.
Now let's stay on track. Some men would say another man relationship we don't know and just have a business relationship with has no concerns with him. But we're talking about somebody that's very, very petty and brag on being petty. Talked about this on his son, but even in the recent past, in the Cuffy Gatling, may he rest in peace. After, according to local reports, a stroke, 50 Cent claimed he was smoking on the Gatling, making a joke reference under a recent photo with more shares than actual likes. So we know we're dealing with somebody that's very, very petty when dealing with his alleged enemy. And it was no different when it came to 50 Cent calling out Big Meech, accusing him of being a snitch. But he also highlighted a woman named Tammy Cowins. But I want us to slow down for a moment, for us to truly get what's going on. And when you think of BMF, you might think of Big Meech, you might think of Terry, even the song with Rick Ross. But certainly you hear about St. Louis, or a guy named Cuffy, who had a troubled history with the law. Now, after being incarcerated a couple times, more about his story has been shared to light. Like after Big Meech having to pay a $1 million ransom for his friend, and allegedly Cuffy had to give Big Meech an M to pay the plug.
Come on, gang. Come on, man. Whole time. Come on, gang. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you gotta talk to Cuffy. I talked to Cuffy.
we were just watching this guy.
I talked to his daughter. Cuffy's daughter fucked up about it. She go from being rich out there fucked up, like, and nobody trying to help her neither. Right, so shit be fucked up when really be happening behind the scenes, but everybody praise Meech, right? And I ain't got no problem with Meech. I think he's just holler at Cuffy. Cause it don't be sounding right. And Cuffy got paperwork. So you got paperwork. You got paperwork.
Yeah, I mean, there's paperwork, but
it's paperwork. Meech a snitch. I'm not saying he's a snitch, but Cuffy say he's a snitch, gang. And I don't want no problem with BMF, because I'm BMF too. Right? But I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real. On G. On Larry David.
so you know Cuffy?
Yeah, I know Cuffy. I know Cuffy. Listen, man, Cuffy from St. Louis. Everybody, he gave Meech $1 million. He started. Well, he ain't started BMF, but BMF ain't had no money to get that pack. He gave him that pack. And he always around, right? Even when, you know, the one dude from St. Louis, what's his name? He's down in jail again. Ooh, what's his name? He's an underboss, a junior, J.R. What's his name? What's his name? No. J-Ball. Yeah, they put J-Ball in the trunk. He told me about that. When they put J-Ball in the trunk. They put J-Ball in the trunk, I had to teach $1 million. So they had J-Ball in the trunk. They just left him in the trunk. I would have left him in the trunk. So that's true story.
J-Ball's from St. Louis too.
J-Ball from St. Louis. J-Ball, he got to put in the trunk. He's got jail too. And I fuck with J-Ball. Shout out to him.
Which led people to believe that because of that, Cuffy is a huge part on where BMF is today.
You know what I'm saying? And I know people heard me speak about Meech's paperwork situation with the last interview that we had, and a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. They don't believe it, blues hating. You know what I'm saying? And when I went back and I looked at everything, I was like, you know what, bro? It's only right and only one way to really do it. Only one way to really do it is just let dog speak for itself. So I wanted him to call in, and this is him calling in during the interview. Go ahead, Cuff, man. You can introduce yourself and take the flow.
Hello, my nigga. What's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know, a lot of people, man, is thinking that this thing is made up or this thing is fake or that I have an axe to grind. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm in here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, and you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Cowins, known in the paperwork as CS1.
Right.
Confidential source 1. So what Big Meech did was called a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowins signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut.
What are we seeing before?
Meaning government agents, meaning informants, and so on and so forth, just like a regular trial. So this was testified.
Now, for those who lost at this point, Cuffy is facing decades in prison after a woman who co-owned BMF while Big Meech was incarcerated, which we'll later discuss, played a significant role in his arrest. What Cuffy didn't realize is that the woman had been an informant since 2011. That woman was Tammy Cowins. She developed a close relationship with Big Meech, especially while he was incarcerated. Rumors suggest they were involved in an affair. Allegedly, this connection led to her being able to manipulate law enforcement, including getting an officer fired with trying to assist Meech in securing an early release. The officer was Keith Cromer, who was a group supervisor for the Drug Enforcement Administration office in Atlanta. According to court records, he was messing with Tammy since 2011, and according to him, it was because his son had leukemia and passed away when he rested in peace in 2011, and he didn't know how to act. Tammy was paid $212,000 between 2011 and 2015, getting paid $2,500 a month. And some say that relationship helped come up with the idea and framing Cuffy in an attempt to get Big Meech home. However, this relationship also contributed to Cuffy's downfall, as the feds used information from her to build their case against him. Despite his attempts to communicate his side from jail, he has limited options due to prison regulations. Now, Cuffy got 2 murders in his recent indictment that got him 27 years in jail. But according to the feds, those 2 people who lost their life we will later talk about were witnesses for his case. Now, Cuffy is basically saying without saying on the jail phone that Tammy is the one who said something about the witnesses. But little did he know, she was the biggest informant. Cuffy received tips about witnesses testifying against witnesses who would later turn up dead. His indictment includes 2 murders, one of Terrence Morgan, who was killed on May 2nd, 2013, just a day after.
That's what we're trying to find out earlier, who the murders were, because after the case was in jeopardy because Tammy was smashing the DEA agent, they put 2 murders on him.
After investigators disclosed that he had been caught on wiretaps, and another, Theodis Howard, was killed on April 5th, 2010, in retaliation for cooperating with law enforcement. Now, it's a platform that I want to shout out before we continue, named Al Prime. I believe the owner is a Detroit, Michigan native, and he broke down this case according to the 32-page indictment. I'm going to leave the link in the bio, but let's continue. And as you heard in the interview at the very beginning, Cuffy didn't know who the real informant was until he was able to cross-examine his CI. And by the time he realized the truth, he was already incarcerated.
But now when Meech came up, it was a new person that came on. His name was, what's his name again, big homie? Special Agent Keith Cromer is the new special agent after Jack Harvey retired. Now he's her handler. And they engulfed in a personal relationship, sexual, however they called it in the court. And through that relationship, it tainted the case, and it was dishonorable at that point. They had to throw that out. That's why Meech didn't get out. So now you pose the question of why is my big homie Cuff still in jail? And go ahead, Cuff, you can let them know why. How that happened.
From that conspiracy, they indicted me on 2 murder charges. Subsequently, I pled guilty to 2 gun charges in exchange for them dropping the murder charges.
Now, how did they... Hold on, let me ask this for you. Hold on, let me ask this for you right quick. How did they get you on something that was totally different from the case that Meech and them was had you on a wiretap for.
Out of a totally different, nothing to do with the drug conspiracy, but they falsely accused it as being a part of the drug conspiracy, and then they brought about the gun charges as using the gun charges in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime.
So now we broke that down. How Big Meech had a plan allegedly with Tammy after she was sleeping with a DEA supervisor. They got caught, the deal didn't go through, but Cuffy still got indicted. And this situation is what 50 Cent referenced to in his recent rants about Big Meech. Now this situation raises questions about loyalty and betrayal with these circles, especially when it comes to high-profile figures like 50 Cent and Rick Ross. Because shortly after Rick Ross had something to say. Check it out.
Yeah. You like a hoe, nigga, put your back against the wall and just slide down. You already know, car show going down June 7th. Get online right now, get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers, I want y'all niggas to understand, you got to stop making business personal. Get your money. You don't know these niggas don't know you. If anybody going against Ricky Rose, let me have this. I've been putting my foot up you niggas for the last 15 years. Everything you niggas touch crumble. You think Rose on top? We don't take this shit personal. We getting to the nigga now. Big Meech, February 13th. That concert gonna be up the motherfucking hook. Putting his foot up you niggas and leaving it in your mother biggest boss. I've been separating myself from these broke niggas because they don't understand the rules.
I don't know why he calls 50 Cent broke, but bro, I think 50 Cent low-key billionaire. I ain't gonna go.
Streets. You understand? Don't no nigga owe you nothing, homie. Nigga don't owe you nothing. Y'all get money together, y'all niggas get money. Keep moving. All that extra shit, nigga. You niggas don't even have a relationship with your own brothers, nigga. Your own mothers and fathers. How the fuck you gonna act like you real close with you? Stop all that fake capping shit, nigga. That's why you niggas ain't got no money. You need a loan, come see the boss. When it's on, come see the boss. If niggas hating, if they ain't said nothing to you, nigga, I may wanna do something to you, nigga. I told you in 06 who the biggest would be. I told y'all, these niggas ain't their emotions. Oh man, these niggas emotional, nigga. Wipe your ass to the front, you heard?
All right, guys. Well, I think we got most of it. So this is what we got so far in almost 2 hours in investigating. Tammy didn't have a criminal record because Big Meech sent her. So Big Meech sent her Tammy to contact the feds, to third-party snitch, to Cuffy. Right? She didn't have no criminal record, so she had no business doing no deals because she never got arrested. Then Tammy goes and starts smashing the DEA agent in charge of Cuffy's case. So then the whole case got tainted, right? And the only reason they got caught is because when she was an informant for the feds asked for her phone back. When the feds went through her phone and saw that she had videos of smashing the agent and a whole bunch of other stuff, text messages and all that, he tainted the case for Cuffy. So then Cuffy could have come home. But then the feds, and then once that happens, Meech's deal, when he was going to come out in 2017, got thrown out because Tammy was smashing the agent. So that's out of the book. So then Cuffy was about to come home because the case was tainted. And then the feds then found out, put two murder charges on him that he said that Tammy gave him the information for. But since they didn't really have enough proof, they downgraded the charge because he did a plea agreement to 2 gun charges. So that's why he got 27 years in the feds. And he didn't get caught with the murder charges. That's pretty much what happened. So, in all reality, I do think Meech did snitch on Cuffy. So the whole 50 Cent thing, I think is true, and you know, I feel like Meech should have just done his time. He had 8 more years. Like, was all this worth it? Plus, we wouldn't have even found about that until he started hanging out with Ross. And then 50 just went and burned all his bridges with him, threw all the information out. And now the question is, how do you guys look at him now? Is he still a hero? You know, he did slang for like 15 years and all those parties and all that stuff. Or is his reputation in ruins now? Like, is anybody gonna fuck with him? Like, I see that the roster for Ross's barbecue team, what was it called? Rick Ross Car Show. Rick Ross Car Show. It's this weekend, right? I heard that Little Baby doesn't fuck with snitches. So, how much are the tickets for this? I sold out. Oh snap! You got sold out? Oh no, entry stand $250. Put in truck. Ticket $3,500. VIP. Bro, the parking's $500. What? Vendor RV parking. Bro, they're making a bag out of this. What's the lineup? What's the lineup for this? It doesn't even have the lineup. I don't even know what the lineup is. First show lineup. So I heard, is Baby still gonna go? Okay, it's Offset, 50 Cent. No, not 50 Cent. What the fuck? There must be a lineup here. Did he post the lineup? Who's gonna be there? Bro, he didn't even advertise that. What the fuck? Third annual. I don't know what the lineup is. 2025. Yeah, the lineup is even here. What the fuck? So anyway, that's pretty much what happened. So if you think about it, he did snitch. But now we're gonna switch topics though, because we're gonna do this 50 Cent of Goddess stuff. Because everybody's mad at 50 for doing that thing, but Good War Chronicles. Let's go.
I'll tell you personally, the people that you see, like Herb, Ja, the people that are involved in the business aspect, it's like these don't got no good. How do you get it all at one time? You make everybody that you feel like is somebody go, who's 50 Cent?
Ja Rule would have been dead because somebody, either me or 50 more squeeze. You come running in the studio like that? We gonna squeeze. So they had God on their side. So I swear on my dead father. Ja Rule would have been dead. Chris Gotti, all of them that ran in it, they would have been dead.
Maybe Satan saved him. Because he's a great engine of chaos. I don't think God would save somebody who moves like that. Everything you think of 50 is just negative. He's just an engine of negativity, beef, chaos.
In the music industry, one piece of advice that many swear by is this: don't get on 50 Cent's bad side. And they're not wrong. Plenty of people have learned this lesson the hard way, one of them being Irv Gotti.
I swear on my dead father. Ja Rule would have been dead. Chris Gotti, all of them that ran in it, they would have been dead.
And what's wild is that this all went down when 50 Cent was just an up-and-coming rapper, while Irv Gotti was already a big-name CEO running Inc. with their star artist Ja Rule. But 50 didn't care about any of that. He went straight for their throats, and their beef turned into one of the most brutal feuds in hip-hop history.
I'll tell you personally, the people that you see, like Herb, Ja, the people that are involved in the business aspect, it's like these don't got no good in it.
The drama had everything: diss tracks, street fights, and allegations flying back and forth. For example, there's the time Irv Gotti and his crew went looking for 50 trying to stir up trouble. According to Tony Yayo, Irv Gotti and his men were lucky to walk away that day, and he even said it was divine intervention that saved them. Yayo claimed that things could have ended a lot worse for Irv and his crew.
Ja Rule would have been dead because somebody, either me or 50 more squeeze. You come running in the studio like that? We gonna squeeze. So they had God on their side. So I swear on my dead father. Ja Rule would have been dead. Chris Gotti, all of them that ran in it, they would have been dead.
Of course, Irv and his camp spun their own version of events. They claimed they beat 50 down and stabbed him, even going as far as to say that 50 filed a restraining order against them, calling him a snitch.
Could you talk to me about 50? In this case, I'm gonna say he been talking to the police. He's been talking.
It wasn't nothing crazy. It was nothing big. It was just a little stuff. It was nothing big. But he felt the need, you know, to go to the cops and press charges. Brother Jackson, that as a result of the above described conduct, informant suffered laceration, informant, y'all, informant and suffered.
But that wasn't the case. Yes, 50 got injured, but it was more of a scratch
50 Cent no snitch, bro.
than the serious stabbing they
No
tried
way.
to make it out to be.
50 got stabbed that day, right?
Shut the fuck up with that.
Okay.
He got
Had a scratch.
He got cut.
They called it a stabbing and it sounded more graphic than it actually was. It was a butter knife. It was like, it had 3 stitches. It's a scratch.
Then there's the infamous shooting. 50 Cent getting shot 9 times.
Why they play with 50? 50 Cent ain't no snitch, bro. No way. Like, bro, I think hell will freeze over before 50 Cent is a snitch.
Is one of hip-hop's most talked about stories. While the main culprit behind the attack was Supreme McGriff, a notorious figure in the streets, people couldn't help but speculate that Irv Gotti might have had a hand in it. Why? Well, Irv and Supreme were tight, so the idea of Irv being involved didn't seem too far-fetched. Plus, Irv didn't do himself any favors when he made a comment saying it must have been Satan who saved 50 after the shooting. To a lot of people, that sounded like he wished 50 hadn't survived.
Maybe Satan saved him. Because he's a great engine of chaos. I don't think God would save somebody who moves like that. Everything you think of 50 is just negative. He's just an engine of negativity, beef, chaos.
But whether or not Irv was directly involved in the shooting, one thing was clear. 50 wasn't going to let it slide.
Hell no. I think, didn't he catch Supreme?
After recovering, he came back with a vengeance. He didn't just go after Irv Gotti personally. He went after Brink as a whole and practically dismantled the entire organization. And by the time the dust settled, it was clear who came out on top. Today, 50 is a massive mogul, while Irv Gotti's influence has significantly faded. There's a lot more to unpack, so let's dive in and break it all down. Now, according to Chris Gotti, Irv Gotti's brother, the whole feud between 50 Cent and Brink might have started over something as small as a perceived snub at a party. Back in the day, Brink was shooting the music video for Ja Rule's For Life. Afterward, they threw a party in Queens, and 50 Cent, who was still pretty unknown at the time, was invited because he was familiar with some of the Brink's crew.
He had a party at Amazura in Queens, and 50 knows Black Child, he knows Kennedy. Was invited to come.
Chris claims that during the party, 50 greeted Ja Rule, and while Ja responded, he didn't exactly go out of his way to make a big deal of it. Chris thinks that's where the beef started. He believes 50 didn't like the way Ja reacted and took it as a slight. After that, Chris says, 50 began throwing disses their way.
50 comes in the back, says what's up. Again, and I guess he didn't get enough conversation from Rule. Rule just said what's up, kept moving. I think he wanted to talk to him some more than he did or whatever. He was probably a little pissed off or something. And then that's shortly after that is when he started doing little mixtapes or underground records.
But that's just one version of events, and honestly, not many people buy it. Both Ja Rule and 50 Cent have shared different stories about how things really went down. According to 50, the feud began after his friend Troy robbed Ja Rule. Later, when Ja and 50 bumped into each other at a club, 50 tried to clear the air, but Ja assumed 50 had something to do with the robbery.
One of mine robbed, yo. And I'm in the club. I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, what's up? He see me kicking it with the raw dude, and he feel like, oh shit, I shouldn't speak to this dude, because I know the kid robbed him. But I know this kid I grew up with.
That misunderstanding lit the spark, and soon enough the two were trading disses back and forth. Once the beef started heating up, of course, Irv Gotti felt the need to step in and defend his artist, Ja Rule. Brink was already a powerhouse in the industry at that time, and 50 Cent was still an up-and-comer trying to make his mark. They probably thought they could
I don't know. I feel like Ja Rule was a walking lick. Like, I feel like nobody respects him. Like,
crush him with little effort. Spoiler alert, they were dead wrong. Irv Gotti took things to extreme lengths to try to shut 50 down. For instance, Irv admitted to blackballing 50 from getting signed by major record labels. He used his connections and influence to keep 50 out of the industry, trying to block him at every turn.
I blocked it till he fell into M and Dre's lap. Damn! Are you serious? Yeah, labels would call me and try to be like, yo, if you put him, I ain't shit. And then like, and then got it together.
But despite all of that, 50 proved to be unstoppable. Not only did he survive the attempts to bury him, but he flipped the script entirely. He became a global sensation, dropping hit albums and starting lucrative businesses. He didn't just win the beef, he crushed Brinka's entire empire. Today, 50 is a household name.
Didn't get murdered, ain't get indicted.
Known for everything, while Irv Gotti and co. struggle to stay relevant. Nowadays, it seems like Irv is still salty about how things turned out. He's constantly popping up in interviews, trying to rewrite history. One minute, he's claiming he's at peace and full of love, and the next, he's throwing shade and bashing 50 all over again.
I'm a happy guy. I have a beautiful family. I'm the youngest of 8 kids. It is nothing but love. I got like 16 nieces and nephews. The guy who's proclaiming to be the roughest, toughest Don Dollar bully, you got beat up and poked up and you ran to the precinct and pressed charges on us.
Fans have called him out for being two-faced, and many argue that they don't blame 50 for still clapping back. After all, if someone spent years sabotaging you and even tried to end your life, would you just let it go? Now let's dig deeper into the details of this legendary feud. So 50 Cent started making small-time media appearances, letting everyone know he was coming for Ja Rule. Around this time, Ja began to acknowledge 50 Cent publicly, but only to dismiss him as someone who was just trying to get attention. But 50 wasn't backing down. He doubled down on the disrespect, clapping back in interviews and reiterating that Ja Rule was a fraud who couldn't touch his street credentials. As the talking in the streets continued, tensions between the two eventually boiled over. Both rappers were booked to play the same venue in Atlanta, and they ended up running into each other at a hotel. What followed was a tense verbal confrontation, with Ja Rule expressing how pissed he was about 50's diss track. But here's where things got wild. Ja Rule was holding a baseball bat during this confrontation, which he had apparently brought out on stage earlier. As the situation escalated, 50 Cent decided he wasn't about to let Ja swing that bat. Before Ja could make a move, 50 sucker punched him right in the face, and a scuffle broke out between their crews, causing everyone to scatter. Now, this is where the stories start to diverge. According to Ja Rule, 50 Cent started clout chasing after the fight, telling everyone that he had snatched Ja's chain. Ja denied this, claiming that both he and 50 dropped their chains during the scuffle, with some people saying 50's crew picked up Ja's chain.
I had your chain. Go in the hotel, show me the chain.
Bro, I can't take Ja seriously sometimes, bro. Like, look at this. Did you guys see this? Let me show you it. He was trying to, like...
Mike, I gotta get some of my new song. No. It don't do rap songs with thinking rap. I like rap.
Mike, let me check out my new song.
Everybody's son had it. Yeah, it was just getting passed around the hood.
Their next major run-in was the Hit Factory studio saga, where chaos ensued with 50 getting scratched by a kitchen knife. Unfortunately, some other, less gangster, more professional individuals were also in the studio working with G-Unit and ended up getting injured in the chaos. One of these non-G-Unit folks ended up filing a police report, which led to Black Child being arrested for the stabbings. As a result, the NYPD issued an order of protection against anyone involved, forcing Brink to stay away from 50 Cent and his associates. This document would later become a key piece in the ongoing beef, with Ja Rule and others using it as so-called proof that that 50 Cent had snitched on them. But as serious as things were getting with Ja Rule and Inc., the streets were becoming even more dangerous for 50 Cent. At this point, 50 was starting to build a buzz in the hood with his music, especially after dropping the track How to Rob with the Mad Rapper in mid-1999. This tongue-in-cheek track saw 50 Cent jokingly naming big rappers in the industry, saying he was going to rob them. Naturally, dissing the entire rap game didn't sit well with everyone, but it did earn 50 some clout. Behind the scenes, though, some people in the industry were getting upset, and by the year 2000, 50 clearly had a taste for gaining clout by airing out people's dirty laundry. After How to Rob, 50 decided to take things even further by dropping another track, this time naming a bunch of gangsters he knew from the streets of New York, including Kenneth Supreme McGriff, the same guy who had helped Ja Rule get his chain back. In early 2000, 50's song Ghetto Corin started making the rounds in the streets of New York, and that's when things really began to turn against him.
This is Gary Coran. Is Coran.
I'm gonna break it down. Look, Supreme was the businessman.
Things escalated to a whole new level when, allegedly, someone from Supreme's crew was dispatched to handle 50 Cent once and for all. On May 24th, 2000, 50 Cent was famously shot 9 times outside his grandmother's house, but miraculously survived. Things were looking bleak for 50 Cent after he got shot. He was seriously injured, out of commission, and completely blacklisted from the rap game. Picture this. 50 is laid up in a hospital bed, barely hanging on, stewing in rage, and getting hungrier for revenge by the day. He was stuck on the sidelines, unable to make moves, while Ja Rule and Irv Gotti, his biggest enemies, were out there living their best lives. With 50 Cent out of the picture, Ja Rule was on fire, going on the chart run of a lifetime, racking up Grammy nominations and dominating the airwaves. By the time 2002 rolled around, Ja Rule was everywhere, and 50 Cent was nowhere to
Like, I know Ja Rule has some good songs, but they can never fuck with 50.
be found. But what Ja Rule and Irv Gotti didn't know was that 50 was lurking in the shadows, sharpening his pen and sword, just biding his time, plotting the biggest comeback the rap game had ever seen. And after getting shot and blacklisted, 50 Cent was persona non grata in the industry. Nobody wanted to touch him. In fact, the situation was so bad that he had to go all the way to Canada just to find a studio that would let him record. Up there, away from all the drama, 50 Cent started laying the groundwork for his comeback. He recorded dozens of tracks, planning every move carefully. The first song he dropped after getting shot was appropriately titled F.U. It was part of his mixtape Guess Who's Back, which was a mix of old and new tracks that he distributed on his own. On that tape, 50 wasn't holding back. He directly addressed the shooting, even speculating by name who might have been behind it. Now, as far as Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, and Supreme were concerned, 50 Cent was done for. They thought they'd buried him, and in their minds, he was no longer a threat. So when 50's comeback mixtape didn't make a huge splash right away, Ja Rule wasn't worried. But what Ja Rule didn't anticipate was that someone else in the industry was about to stumble across 50's tape and change everything. In 2002, 50 Cent's lawyer sent a copy of Guess Who's Back to Eminem's manager, Paul Rosenberg, and apparently when M heard it, he was blown away. Without wasting any time, Eminem flew 50 out to LA to work with him and Dr. Dre, and, well, the rest is history, as they say. That trip changed everything for 50. He ended up signing a $1 million deal with Eminem and Dr. Dre, officially joining the Interscope and Shady Records family. From that point on, 50 Cent was getting heavily mentored by 2 of the biggest names in the game, and they helped him craft his debut album, a true masterpiece. But before they got too deep into the process, Eminem and Dr. Dre sat 50 down for a real talk, man to man. They told him to stay focused and avoid getting into beef with Ja Rule, a conversation that M would later reference in his song like Toy Soldiers. But 50 being 50, he couldn't just let it slide, so he started throwing subliminal shots at Ja Rule, just little jabs.
Bro, if you're a part of me getting shot at, that's just up for life. Like, that can be forgiven. So I fuck with 50, and what he was saying when Irv died, the smoking the Irv pack, I'll be the same way, bro. If you send somebody to kill me, I'll be getting so healthy, yeah. So I know I could live. I'll live you and see you die before, you know. That's facts.
here and there, and naturally, Ja Rule and Inc. didn't take it lying down. They started dissing 50 right back, spreading stories about how he got stabbed at the Hit Factory and filed an order of protection afterward. They tried to spin it like 50 was a full-blown snitch, saying he specifically asked for a restraining order against Ja Rule and Irv Gotti.
It wasn't nothing crazy. It was nothing big. It was just a little scuffle. It was nothing big. But he felt the need, you know, to go to the cops and press Jackson that as a result of the above described conduct, informant suffered lacerations, informant, y'all, informant.
This whole coordinated smear campaign drove 50 Cent straight into battle mode, and he responded by dropping some of the hardest diss tracks aimed at Ja Rule, including Wangsta and I Smell P. At this point, Eminem and Dr. Dre were cool with it. They were on board with 50 going after Ja. And then, in January 2003, things took a drastic turn for the worse for Ja Rule and Irv Gotti, and it felt like the universe had flipped on them overnight. First came 50 Cent's Into Club, a song that changed the game entirely. This wasn't just another rap hit, it was a cultural moment. The track shot straight to the top of the Billboard charts and stayed there, becoming the hottest song on the planet. It was so massive that it earned 2 Grammy nominations, and everyone, from die-hard rap fans to suburban kids who had never even heard of G-Unit, was bumping it. For 50, it was a career-defining moment, but for Murder Inc., it was like the first domino in a series of disasters.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
Eminem flew 50 his debut album, a true man.
I feel like once In the Club came, that was over with for Murder Inc. They could never compete with that. Once In the Club came, they could never compete.
And he responded by dropping some of the hardest diss tracks aimed at Ja Rule, including Wangsta and I Smell P.
Wangsta was a good one too. Yo,
Flipped on them overnight. First came 50 Cent's Into Club, a song that changed the game entirely. This wasn't just another rap hit, it was a cultural moment. The track shot straight to the top of the Billboard charts and stayed there, becoming the hottest song on the planet. It was so massive that it earned 2 Grammy nominations, and everyone, from die-hard rap fans to suburban kids who had never even heard of G-Unit, was bumping it. For 50, it was a career-defining moment, but for Murder Inc., it was like the first domino in a series of disasters that would soon follow. Just as In-Day Club was dominating the airwaves, the feds showed up at Murder Inc.'s doorstep, kicking the door down. Their offices were raided as part of a massive investigation trying to link Irv and Chris Gotti to Kenneth Supreme McGriff, who had just been arrested while on the run. The government was trying to paint Murder Inc. as more than a music label. They wanted to prove it was a front for criminal activity. Suddenly, Irv and Chris found themselves in the fight of their lives, accused of laundering drug money for Supreme. On top of that, they were dragged into a much darker narrative, the attempt on 50 Cent's life. According to court testimony, Supreme McGriff himself bragged about being behind the hit. A former McGriff associate, John Reagan, took the stand and shared chilling details about the attack. He described how McGriff and his team of shooters met up after the ambush.
If you guys haven't got anything from this whole stream, because we deep dive early in the stream with Big Meech and all that. If you do crime, do it yourself, bro, because everybody's gonna snitch on you. Like the Meech situation, there was a 30-year-old friendship with Cuffy, and he's still a third-party snitch on him trying to get out of jail. If you do any sort of crime, I'm not saying to do crime, so I'm saying if you ever do one, make sure you do it alone, because you're never gonna tell on yourself, right? Well, I hope not.
50 was dead. Supreme said, "I got him," Rogan testified. At first, Rogan didn't even know who McGriff was talking about, but then McGriff explained it was 50 Cent. He had been hit so many times, and there was so much blood, they were convinced there was no way he could survive. Rogan went on to describe how McGriff talked about 50 squirming and trying to shield himself from the bullets with his hands. Meanwhile, the authorities were trying to tie the Gotti brothers to the shooting as well. They claimed there were text messages flying between Irv, Chris, McGriff, and their associates within half an hour of the attack. It wasn't looking good for the Gottis, who were also being accused of knowingly laundering McGriff's dirty money through Murder Inc. With all his assets frozen and his reputation in tatters, McGriff couldn't even afford a proper lawyer and ended up with a court-appointed attorney. In 2007, he was sentenced to life in prison. Irv and Chris Gotti managed to avoid prison time, but their label was never the same. The federal investigation, coupled with 50 Cent's meteoric rise, beats effectively brought her to its knees. 50 Cent definitely got the last laugh in this beef, but honestly, when doesn't he?
You can never be 50 Cent. I feel, man, yeah, 50 Cent did nothing wrong, you know, when Nerf died. Like, it sucks that Nerf died, but if you shot at him, karma's gonna get you, you know, one way or another, and that's facts. Let's see what's going on, man. What else is going on? Oh, the Super Bowl. What time is that? It's at 5:30, right? Oh, Kenya. Bro, what's Kenya West tweaking, yo? Kendrick Lamar needs to scream free puff. Super Bowl stage. I'm going to probably leave it like just. Bro, what's up with Kenya tweaking lately, bro? Did you guys see his tweaks? You don't care about being canceled. Let's see what else is happening. I know your guys would be like that there's drama with the act, but he gets the news really fast though. What? $40 million? Elon Musk spends $4 million on Super Bowl ads and exposing government waste funds by Doge. What is this? Money music showers. What else is going on in hip hop? Is Ross still talking smack with about 50?
You've been entertained by a lackluster small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino, a lot of legends.
Ross can't do a movie because 50 Cent owns the rights to it, right? Oh, Supreme's dead?
Somebody out here, or maybe it's some people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special.
50 Cent's son fighting for his daddy as attention. Oh, he got his own, Joe. Doesn't matter if you defend Bro, you thought you were special? Oh, yeah, that's funny. Bro, he disown you no matter what you do. Oh, it's a
I'm just trying to figure out, right, on some real shit. When has it ever became cool to talk about the dead or nigga that's in jail? Or little kid?
Bro, shut up. Bro, your dad tried to kill 50. Of course he's gonna talk smack.
Like what type of time niggas on? When had that ever was like a cool thing? Like, yeah, that nigga dead. We talking about him. Like, niggas not 17, 18, 19. Niggas is 40 and 50, bro.
Doesn't matter. You try to kill me, it's up for life.
Why niggas talking about niggas that's in jail, niggas that's dead, niggas that's sick? Like, that's some. No, come on, man. Like, when are we gonna really draw the line? Like, there's no line ever gonna be drawn. Like, niggas get away and do whatever they want to do, right? Because it's funny. Come on, bro. That's crazy, bro. So just know that we gonna have the same energy when niggas die, when niggas is sick. Yeah, we gonna do all the shit. Yeah, I bet. This is what we gonna do. I bet. Say less. I'm just trying.
Bro, man, bro. Of course, if it was the opposite and 50 Cent passed away before Earth, they be doing the same thing, bro. Get out of here. Let's see, I've got it 54. Bro, there's not much going on in hip hop today. I ain't gonna lie. There's a car show and everything. I think I'm gonna end it here, bro. Thank you for staying for the stream. Almost 2-hour stream. We got down to everything that we wanted to do. We got down that Meech did snitch on Cuffy, and now that he broke his relationship with 50, that shit's over with. Like, I don't think people are gonna see Meech as the same as they saw him before, you know. And like I said, that post with him taking a picture with Ross, I don't think that was worth it, because now everybody's gonna be questioning their relationships with him. And that bag they had with BMF, the show, that's over with. But anyway, I gotta get ready to get out. Thank you guys for joining me for the stream. And maybe I'll be back later, but who knows? Maybe not. But yeah, so for the recap of the stream. Tammy didn't have a criminal record. Big Meech sent her to go trick on Cuffy. Then she started sleeping with a DEA agent, got the whole case in jeopardy, because he was all tainted. So the feds then put 2 murder charges on Cuffy, since the original case was in jeopardy, and then that's pretty much it. Anyways, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for